Hey, welcome to another Valley Forged. Today we're talking about the Atomstack Hurricane again. I did a video, my first review video, but I hadn't used it for very long. And I have to say, this thing is amazing. The best ad for a laser is customers' feedback. I think that's really the only way to truly tell, right? And everybody that told me they got one is mostly really happy with it. And that I don't hear a lot. People want to talk about the negatives more than the positives. They'll look up videos of what they bought just to talk trash, you know? So you hear a lot. I have not heard any real negatives, which is impressive. Like I said, I mean, this is their first one. Like, how did they do it? They obviously did a lot right. There's a few things that I think they could do better, and I did mention that in the first review video. But I hadn't really used it enough to where I could see so many positives that, I knew right away that it was built well. And that, of course, is really nice to see. The nicest CO2 laser as far as build quality goes that I have seen, that I have used, period. Yeah, I think they really nailed it on this. And with a few tweaks, it would be easily my, number one machine for sure. Just because, you can do everything and you could do the acrylic. So that's pretty nice. I run a full-time laser business, as many of you know that is subscribed, and I make light burn files for everyone, so that it makes things a lot easier for you to learn and get to know your laser, get to know light burn or your software. But I try to make it to where they don't drive you crazy, because I bought so many files and got so many files that were just ridiculous. So like and subscribe, all that kind of stuff if you love lasers like I do. So speaking of files, I figured, hey, I have a very wide range of files that I make, and why not just make sure I can make what I do with this laser and just to see and compare it with some of the other machines that I've used. So I started out, well, of course, with the Yin Yang Kitties. I mean, I'm making them every day, and because Christmas, I have several shows coming up, and I'm going to sell thousands of them, literally. So it's a constant, right? And I don't even need to say it. Look at it. I took pictures right after I made it. Look how clean that is. And some of you have watched my past videos. Some lasers, it was really dirty on the top, actually. And I would have to spend some time cleaning all that soot off. After wiping a few of them off, it would start smearing because there was a lot. This is just clean, super clean. I'm absolutely love it. And it's about as good as the Rolly, in my opinion, which to me is the best one. So it's definitely on par with the best diode lasers as far as clean cuts go. And that's super important. And kerf, right? That's kind of the space that gets cut out by the laser. And that's important to me, because if it's too big, things like the Yin Yang Kitties won't work, because you put them together and there's this huge gap. Well, that's not good for a coaster. You know what I mean? Even though I put cork underneath and I spray a coating on top of it, you can imagine that if that kerf is too big, water and stuff is going to get down there really bad, even with the spray. So important to me, very, very important to me. And, it absolutely did a fantastic job on that. So first thing, muy bueno. But second thing I wanted to try was leather. And leather has been so difficult for me on a CO2 laser. Every time from the last CO2 laser I tried to 150 watt diode lasers, 100 watt diode lasers, everything that I've tried, no matter what settings I got, it would always leave quite a bit of char. And I didn't know if it was the difference between CO2 and diode lasers, which made it char. Well, I'm happy to report the leather came out just gorgeous. And I'm not just going to tell you that, I'm going to show you pictures. Leather, yellow, and whatever colors that I was using. I was literally, oh, I have it right in front of me. I have olive and yellow. I am putting together this wallet, and it just gorgeous, perfect. And so now I know, and I didn't even really spend a lot of time testing. It just right out of the gate with settings that I just kind of figured were going to worked great. So the leather worked perfect. Very happy with that. So now I've got two of my best selling files working really well. So now that I can do everything that I would do on a diode laser, how about the stuff that I would do because it's a CO2 laser? The reason to spend that little extra money, a good amount of extra money, so that you can do acrylic and etch on glass. And, there's just other things that a CO2 laser can do that diode lasers just can't, right? And I've done many videos on this, and as far as acrylic with a diode laser, many videos, and the crispness of the edges is just night and day with a CO2 laser, regardless of whether you can do it with a diode or not. But of course, transparent, don't even try. Or mirror, if you're going to cut acrylic mirror, don't even try with a diode laser. With this, cuts it amazing. You saw in my last video, or a couple videos ago, I made ornaments, so that really gave me a chance to make all kinds of different acrylics. But for this one, so yeah, I made some of my bottle openers, which I'm going to sell a ton of these for Christmas, and these rainbow ones. It's Foxglove from Craft Closet. I link below for everything that I'm talking about, the lasers, the wood, the whatever. The Foxglove has become super, super profitable for me in making a lot of different things. But in specifically for the bottle openers, for whatever reason, every time I have made one of these, just for fun, it's the first thing to sell. So I just like mixing mediums, right? So I wanted to mix acrylic and wood, and I've done this in several different things that I make, and that's really the fun of lasers, right? I get to just invent stuff. So I decided I was going to make this, and it turned out really great. With a diode laser, even on the Foxglove, it kind of leaves a little bit of an edge on it where you want to kind of sand it off almost. It's not quite that bad, but it's just at that point where is with the CO2 laser, I'm going to make all of the acrylic stuff that I want to make for a really long time on this laser. Super, super nice to have. So look, I've made everything except for the Lord's Prayer crosses, which is the thicker material, and I want to test that. So I will do that in my next video. I want to test thicker materials. I have talked to Atomstack, and with a lot of CO2 lasers, you have to run it at 60%. Now, they've built this thing from the ground up, so they've already got that all figured out. So you could probably run it at 100%. They recommend you can run it 90, no problem. So it actually cuts way, way better than I thought, because I was running at 60, 70% until I knew if that was okay to run it at 90%. And they say it is okay. And so now my cutting has gone to the next level. Best desktop laser by far as cutting. I'm going to show that in the next video. And I also have the filter. So I'm going to test that. I wanted to wait and test it when I was cutting like a Lord's Prayer cross. That's a lot of material getting removed. And so combating that smoke is difficult. And so if I hook that up to their filter and it works okay, then I know that filter is going to work, and I can recommend it to you. If it doesn't, then I can tell you that it doesn't quite get it all or whatever, right? So we'll test that, and we'll test the Lord's Prayer Cross. I could also do one of them in acrylic, which I'd like to try. I saw somebody had posted that on my Etsy that a long time ago. They made one in acrylic and it looked gorgeous. But I didn't want to test that on any other lasers until now. So I'm going to go ahead and I'll make that. And so we'll have a wood and an acrylic Lord's Prayer Cross to just see how this machine works on 1/4 inch and on, and maybe I'll do a 1/2 inch something just to show that it will do it. But definitely the 1/4 inch and the acrylic. And those are files that if it can do those consistently, then that just all raises the bar again, because these are some of my mainstays. In fact, I get comments from a lot of you out there. This is the best selling file for you. And it's working really well. Obviously, I've sold like over 1,000 of this with the stand. So I do highly recommend this laser for both new users and for people who know what they're doing. This is one of those lasers where I'm really not sure how they come out swinging like this with their first CO2 laser, and it is so well built. And maybe that's why, because they're like, hey, this is our first one. We've got to do everything right. And I think, judging by other people's use of this and mine, they did a really, really good job. So, like I said, links all below, like, subscribe, all that kind of stuff, and give me any questions you have. And I will see you in the next one. Love y'all.